What's up, guys? Today we are going to explore the ball pythons I acquired last year that were born in August 2020. And I'm also going to share with you my latest acquisition, which I'm really excited about, and we'll get an update on the eggs that were laid 31 days ago. So I hope you can stick around. So I started collecting ball pythons again in October of last year, and a few of the acquisitions that I got were born in August. And since it's now August, I wanted to take a look at their progress over the course of a year. So there's three we're gonna look at. Let's look at one right now. So here we have Junebug. She is a pastel, 100% double het ultramel ghost. She was produced by Kyle Hoffman of Royal Ambassador Reptiles. She was initially listed on August 4th, 2020, but I acquired her in June of this year. And one of the things that attracted me to her was she already had some good size as a yearling. And at 656 grams, I figured if I add her to my collection, she will continue her good habits. In fact, let's weigh her right now, if she doesn't bite me, to see where she's at. So I've got big plans for her, and I'm hoping with some good feeding, she'll be able to go for me later this year and produce an ultramel. I'd love to have an ultramel. Okay, so she's at 954 grams, good size already. I think she will definitely make it for later on this season. Crossing my fingers, she's gonna go to Jor-El, my Krypton Het Ultramel Mojave. So I'm just hoping to get some ultramels, 100% Het Cryptic or Clown. And yeah, I'm really excited for her possibilities. Next up we have Genesis. Genesis was produced by Jason Kittinger of Kittinger Reptiles. He is an Enchi pinstripe piebald, 100% het ghost. He's currently in a shed cycle and is being a little uncooperative, but he's definitely an August baby. August 2020, I acquired him in April of this year. Let's go ahead and check out his progress right now. So I've got big plans for Genesis. He's gonna be the cornerstone of my pied projects because I really like low white pieds, and Enchi and pinstripe both help contribute to having a low white pied. So let's take a look at his weight. And he is at 694 grams, so good job, Genesis. You're well on your way to making some babies for me this season. So Storm was featured in my last video. He is a banana black pastel VPIA xanthic produced by Eric Markstaller of Exotic Designs Reptiles. Now I just opened his tub and noticed that he shed, so let's take a real quick look at him and just how gorgeous he is. Now he has been my most troublesome feeder in the collection. He is a really good killer. He will kill and coil his prey, but there are several times where he just did not swallow it. In fact, I will pick it up and dangle it in front of him again, and he'll strike it and coil it, and it may take multiple times for him to finally eat it. So let's see how he's progressed throughout the year. So I got him in March of this year, and he was born in August 2020. He is at 387 grams, and comparing him with Genesis, he's much smaller, and that's because he is a problem feeder. So we can see that there's a wide variety in ranges of weights from my August 2020 babies. Now the males I feed on a weekly basis, and the females I feed twice a week. I feed smaller prey than usual, not larger than a small, and most oftentimes it's even just a weaned rat that I feed them. So I want to share with you one more ball python today before we look at those eggs, and I just got her in this week. I'm really excited for this project. Let's take a look at her. Now here's the latest addition to 403 Fauna. This is a Pastel Static produced by Marilyn Wallen of Ridley's Royals. Now I'm going to make another video on her plans and the genetics behind the Pastel Static, so I'll save that for another day. But I did want to weigh her right now, so let's do that. She was produced on July 15th, 2021. Big shout out to the breeders that actually list the birth date on their advertisement. Let's check out how much this little girl weighs. She's tiny. 88 grams. And she already has a rat pup in her. So we'll see in a year's time whether she follows the pathway of Junebug or Storm. I think she'll be like Junebug, big girl. So I'm really excited. Pastel Static, just like craziness. Look at that pattern. Okay, let's get an update on the eggs. So we're at day 31 with these eggs, and I haven't touched them since. I left the press and seal on, and we can see there's some large condensation drops on here. So I'm just gonna air out these eggs. Some breeders will leave them the entire time press and sealed without letting any air in, and they're perfectly fine. But I'm just gonna go ahead and swap out this press and seal and clean off any condensation from the eggs. And of course that water drops all over them. So let's clean that off. But they look great. Absolutely no molding. Clean these drops off. Perfect. I'm gonna do a trick I saw from Gray's Reptiles, because you saw him wobble a little bit when I opened this up. So I'm just gonna add these plastic utensils here just to keep them in place. So a big shout out to Gray's Reptiles for this tip. Let's change out that press and seal. So 55 days, when you initially put your eggs on there, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait 55 days. But when life gets busy, boom, 31 days happens just like that. And you know, I've been back at school and dealing with teenagers and COVID and everything. Time has just flew, and you know, it's gonna be day 55 before I know it. Thanks again for joining me this week. If you have not done so yet, please like and subscribe. Next week, I'm going to talk about the habits that us reptile keepers must do to keep our animals healthy. So guys, take care, be safe.